With the eyes of the world on the Middle East, we turn now to a forgotten conflict and its aftermath. For decades, the ethnic Armenian enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh resisted rule by Azerbaijan. Then, last September, Azerbaijan surprised the world by taking control of the enclave in just one day. A seemingly intractable conflict suddenly ended by force, resulting in mass displacement. More than 100,000 people were forced to flee into Armenia. A few were detained, including the former leader of Nagorno-Karabakh, Rubena Vardanyana. Once a wealthy oligarch with close ties to Vladimir Putin, Vardanyana renounced his Russian citizenship in 2022 and moved to Nagorno-Karabakh, becoming the equivalent of prime minister. Now he's behind bars in Baku. Azerbaijan accuses him of financing terrorism. He's gone on hunger strike, protesting the delay of his trial. Today, it's announced that Armenia and Azerbaijan will start fixing their borders as part of normalization efforts. Tomorrow is Remembrance Day, amid the biggest displacement of Armenians since the genocide 109 years ago. Rubena Vardanyana's son, David, is joining me now from Dubai. David, thank you for being with us. And we're discussing a crucial part of essentially Central Asia and your father's predicament. So start off by telling me, when was the last time you heard any news? What is his condition, particularly since starting a hunger strike?
First of all, thank you so much, Christian, for this opportunity. It means a lot. For us as a family, but also for all the Armenians who have suffered at the hands of oppressors 109 years ago. And unfortunately, this has happened again in the 21st century. So it truly means a lot for you to provide this platform for us to speak. My father, Rubena Vardanyana, was illegally detained over 200 days ago now, and before that suffered a 9-month blockade together with 120,000 ethnic Armenians. Personally, I have only spoken to him once since his detainment in November. However, previously he had been able to call my mother once a week, every Tuesday. However, since April 2nd, we have not heard his voice and grew increasingly alarmed about his condition, considering his prominence as an Armenian philanthropist and his outspoken position on the rights of 120,000 ethnic Armenians of Nagorno-Karabakh. And unfortunately and tragically, we found out that he had been on a hunger strike since April 5th, only at the end of last week, with my father clearly denied any contact with the outside world. We believe specifically for the reason to silence his protest, which is the reason why he launched the hunger strike. However, we had on Saturday, his sister, my aunt, had received a phone call very unusually on a weekend from him, where he said certain things that were even more concerning to us, namely that he had been moved to a full isolation cell, meaning his conditions of imprisonment have even worsened since before he started his hunger strike. Secondly, he told her that he has only his blood pressure measured once a day, meaning, for someone who's been on hunger strike for almost 20 days now, it's we cannot even call this any medical treatment that he has provided. And finally, he said at the end of the phone call a phrase that really, really troubled us, where he said that he understood the laureates of the Aurora Prize, which he co-founded, much better, all those who risked their lives to save others. And he said, now I understand that values and principles are more important than life itself.